Assalamualaikum and very good day to everyone. Today my group and I would like to present the findings from our visit to a very interesting cafe located in Melaka known as Membawang Cafe. Before I proceed further, let me introduce the members of our group who were involved in this project. So we consist of 5 members, which is Nur Fitra binti Kaizani, Siti Nur Shazwani, Shazlia Nas binti Muhammad Asri, Nurul Ain binti Hussein and Nur Arifah binti Muhammad Zaini. Now, let's talk a little bit about the background of Membawang Cafe. The cafe was established in the year 2021 and has been officially registered with the Companies Commission of Malaysia, or we call SSM, under a sole proprietorship. It is owned and managed by Mr. Muhammad Ruzaini bin Muhammad Rafi and his wife. What started as a modest business has now grown significantly in popularity, not just among the local community, but also among tourists revisiting Melaka. One of the key factors behind its success is the cozy and welcoming atmosphere that the cafe offers. Combined with a menu that balances authentic flavors with a modern twist, Membawang Cafe managed to attract a wide range of customers looking for a relaxing dining experience with a unique touch. Next, let's take a look at the location of Membawang Cafe. So the cafe is located at number 166 Jalan Bunga Raya 75100 Melaka. This is actually a very strategic location as it sits along one of the main streets in the city. Because of this, the cafe is easily accessible not only to locals but also to tourists who are exploring the area. Its visibility and accessibility definitely give it advantages in attracting walk-in customers. In terms of surrounding, Membawang Cafe is situated right in the heart of Melaka city centre. It's surrounded by the various other shops, business and tourist attractions, which naturally help increase the flow of potential customers. So overall, the location plays a big role in the cafe growing popularity. Moving on, let's talk about the capital contribution for Membawang Cafe. So the initial capital invested to start the business was 30,000. Interestingly, the entire amount was fully funded by the owner himself, Mr. Muhammad Ruzaini. There were no bank loans taken, nor any external investor involved in financing the cafe. So this showed the owner's strong commitment and confidence in his business idea from the very beginning. Now, let's look at the business activities of Membawang Cafe. The main service they offer include dine-in food service, takeaway orders, and food delivery through Foodpanda. This combination helps them reach a wider range of customers, from those who want to prefer to eat on-site to those who want to enjoy their meals at home. In terms of daily operation, the cafe staff prepare the meals, serve customer and manage order, and inventory efficiently to ensure smooth service throughout the day. As for the menu, Membawang Cafe offers a variety of traditional Malay dishes alongside fusion cuisine that blends Korean, Japanese, and Western influences. They also serve a range of beverages including milkshake, smoothie, and special drinks catering to different tastes. The cafe operates from 12 noon to 9 p.m. every day except Mondays, when they are closed for a day of rest. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum to my dear lecturer. My name is Nurul Ain binti Hussein and today I will presenting the business characteristic of Membawang Cafe. This includes the type of business registration, capital and business ownership, management and control, liability, and the way the business handle its book and account. Let's continue. Membawang Cafe is a sole proprietorship business. This means the business is owned and managed by one individual, and that is Mr. Ruzaini. In sole proprietorship, the owner is personally responsible for all the business debt and obligation. This is the simple and most common business structure in Malaysia. Membawang Cafe was officially registered under the Business Registration Act 1956 and 1957 on 9 February 2021 with the Companies Commission of Malaysia, also known as SSM. Next is registration. Business registration is a very important process because it is given business legal recognition. By registering the business, Membawang Cafe is able to operate officially, pay taxes, and protect its brand. As mentioned earlier, Membawang Cafe was registered with SSM in 2021 under the Business Registration Act, or known as SSM. This ensures the cafe follows all legal requirements in Malaysia and can carry transactions under the business name. The other one is capital and business ownership. Capital is the money used to start or grow the business. In the case of Membawang Cafe, the initial capital was 30,000 ringgit and it was fully contributed by the owner, Mr. Ruzaini. Since it's a sole proprietorship, he is the only owner. This means he gets to keep all the profit, but he also personally responsible for any losses. He has full control over how the money is used and how the business operates. Now, let's look at management and control. In sole proprietorship like Membawang Cafe, the owner is responsible for all the business decisions. Mr. Ruzaini manages everything from daily operation to long-term planning. He constantly monitors the business and makes adjustments to ensure the business is running smoothly and meeting its goals. When we talk about liability, we are referring to what the business owns to others. Since Membawang Cafe is a sole proprietorship, the liability is unlimited. That means if the business cannot pay its debt, Mr. Ruzaini must pay them using his personal asset. Currently, the cafe has no long-term loans or debt. However, it still has current liabilities such as payment to supplier, utilities, and short-term payroll costs. Lastly, let's look at how Membawang Cafe keeps its financial record. The cafe uses a simple system. Mr. Ruzaini stored every recipe and invoice in PDF system format. For sales, he used a Easy It Post system, which records everything automatically. He also reviews monthly bank statements to monitor the cash flow. Although the cafe does not use advanced accounting software, this method is efficient for a small business like him.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Titi Noshazwani binti Muhammad Syukur and my ID number is 2025115081. So today, I'm going to explain about the classification of business item. Business item can be classified into asset, liabilities, capital, revenue, and expenses. This makes it easier to understand how the business is doing financially. So, the first one is asset. Assets are basically the things a business owns that have value and can give future benefits. These resources can be tangible asset or monetary asset. Assets are generally divided into two categories, which are current asset and non-current asset. For Membawang Cafe, the non-current asset are things they use in daily operation like kitchen equipment, furniture and electrical items. For example, they have dining table and chair worth around 30,000 ringgit, a freezer that costs 10,000 ringgit, and a fully equipped kitchen including a grill, microwave, and sink valued at 15,000 ringgit. They also have two air conditioners worth 5,000 ringgit, a coffee machine priced at 8,000 ringgit, and another microwave worth 1,500 ringgit. These assets help ensure a high level of service and customer satisfaction. As for current assets, the Membawang Cafe usually keeps some cash in the cashier, around 300 ringgit for daily operations. Moreover, the owner Mr. Ahmad Ruzaini also keeps cash in hand around 1,000 ringgit for any short-term needs. Raw material and food supplies are also part of current assets, although their value changes depending on stock and usage. These assets are essential for daily operation and help generate money. Now, I will move to liabilities. Liabilities are basically the amount the business required to pay in the future, either by paying cash or providing services. Although Membawang Cafe does not currently have any long-term loan or official borrowing from financial institutions, the cafe still faces normal operating liabilities as part of its business activities. For example, for current liabilities, they may need to pay suppliers for raw materials and ingredients, which is around 5,000 ringgit. They also have to settle utility bills like electricity, which are about 1,000 ringgit, and employee salary that can reach 3,000 ringgit depending on the payroll cycle. Even though these amounts are not legally classified as loan, they still indicate short-term obligation that the business must fulfill in order to continue operation. Right now, the cafe does not have any non-current liabilities because it runs fully on the owner's own funds without external funding or long-term debt. This shows good financial management and strong internal support from the owner. Next, I will talk about capital. Capital is the money invested by the owner to start and support the business. For Membawang Cafe, the owner and his wife used their personal savings and put in about 30,000 ringgit when the business first started. This money was used to buy important items like furniture, kitchen equipment, electrical items and other equipment needed to run the cafe. It also helped cover for some early expenses like stock purchases, staff salaries and rental payment, especially during the first year when the income wasn't stable yet. In case the cafe didn't make enough profit to pay for things like rent or salaries, the owner, Mr. Ahmad Ruzaini, used his own capital to keep the business running. Now, let's move to revenue. Revenue is basically the income the business gets from its main activities. For Memawang Cafe, most of the revenue comes from selling food and drink at the cafe. They also earn extra income through delivery services like GrabFood, which help them reach more customers outside the cafe. On average, Memawang Cafe earn around 300,000 ringgit to 500,000 ringgit in gross annual sales. The monthly sales can change depending on things like number of customers, seasonal demand and promotion. But overall, the cafe produces a consistent flow of revenue. Most of the money comes from best-selling menu items, while the rest comes from delivery charges and online orders. After covering all the main costs such as raw materials, salaries, rent and utilities, the cafe earned an estimated net profit of 60,000 ringgit to 100,000 ringgit per year. This shows that the business is running efficiently and is able to meet customer demand while keeping operations smooth. Furthermore, by offering both dine-in and delivery options, Membawang Cafe has been able to grow its income sources and enhancing its reputation. Now, let's move to expenses. These are basically the costs the cafe has to spend in order to keep the business running and to earn revenue. For Membawang Cafe, the main expenses every month include rental, utilities, staff salaries, and raw materials. The monthly rent for the premises is around 3,000 ringgit and utility bills like electricity and water usually cost about 2,000 ringgit depending on how much is used. The cafe hires 6 workers with total monthly salaries are between 15,000 ringgit to 20,000 ringgit per month including the kitchen and front staff. For raw material like food and drink ingredients, the cost can range from 10,000 ringgit to 20,000 ringgit depending on the menu demand and stock needs. Besides that, there are more other smaller costs too, like cleaning suppliers, takeaway packaging and maintenance. Even though the cafe doesn't officially record depreciation, the owner Mr. Ahmad Ruzaini is aware that equipment like the coffee machine, grill and furniture will become less effective over time. Overall, the cafe manages its ensure that income always covers the costs, which help the business stay stable and grow.
I will be presenting about the recording process of a small local business, Membawang Cafe. This presentation is based on the information gathered through an interview with the owner. Even though the cafe is a sole proprietorship and doesn't use a formal accounting system, the owner has developed a simple but functional approach to recording the business financial activities. Let's take a closer look at how this process works, why it's important, and how it helps the business in day-to-day operation. But before we dive into steps, let's first understand the purpose of recording financial transactions in business. For Membawang Cafe, like any other business, proper recording is essential for several reasons. It helps track the performance of the business over time. It assists in managing the cash flow effectively, especially in a small business where budgeting is critical. It allows the owner to prepare basic financial statements such as profits and loss accounts or balance sheets. It ensures that the business meets its legal and tax obligation. Finally, proper records are helpful when making important business decisions, applying for loans, or planning to expand the business. In short, even a small cafe needs a reliable recording system to ensure smooth financial management and future growth. The first step in Membawang Cafe's recording process is the collection of source documents. The owner makes sure to keep all physical proof of transactions such as sales receipt, purchase invoices, utility bills, and staff payment records. What's unique is that all of these documents are scanned and saved in PDF format on a computer. Although there isn't a formal filing system with folders or labels, keeping digital records helps the owner maintain better organization and easy access. These source documents are important because they act as proof of transactions. They are also useful when reviewing past spending or when preparing financial summaries. The second step involves digital sales tracking using a system called EasyEat. This is a modern point of sale and ordering system that customers interact with by scanning a QR code. They can then place their orders and pay using several methods such as cash, debit card, and e-wallet. Once a transaction is complete, EasyEat automatically records the details such as the date and time of the transaction, item purchased, the total amount paid, and the method of payment. This automation helps reduce the risk of human error and save times. More importantly, the system can generate daily, weekly, or monthly sales report. This allows the owners to monitor sales trends and make better business decisions. The third part of the recording process is the monthly review of bank statements. The owner regularly checks the business bank account to keep track of payments received from customers, expenses such as rent, wages, and supplier payments, and any withdrawal or transfer made. Even though the bank statement doesn't show detailed transaction breakdowns like accounting software would, it still serves as a useful tool to cross-check and verify the records from EasyEat. This also helps the owner stay informed about the overall cash flow and bank balance, which is especially important in managing a small business with limited financial resources. In conclusion, Membawang Cafe may not use a full accounting or bookkeeping system, but The method used are still effective for a small proprietorship. The combination of PDF-based documentation, digital sales tracking with easy it, and monthly reviews, it provides a solid foundation for managing the business finance. It reflects the practical and hands-on approach of many small business owners in Malaysia who relies on simple tools to stay in control their operation. This system not only helps in daily decision making but also ensures that the cafe is prepared to meet tax and legal responsibilities. That brings me to the end of my presentation of recording process.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Arifah binti Muhammad Zaini. My ID number is 2025186955. Today I'll be presenting strengths and weaknesses of Membawang Cafe's recording process. As we know, strengths are positive aspects or abilities, while weaknesses are areas where someone could do the improvement. Both are very important for self-awareness and personal growth. Although the system is quite informal and basic, it still has several strong points that work very well for the business. However, there are also some significant weaknesses that need immediate attention to ensure a long-term sustainability. Let's start with the strengths. One key strength of Membawang Cafe is use of dedicated bank account, especially for the cafe's operation. This simple yet effective approach allows the owner to maintain the clear separation between personal and business finance. It keeps the financial activity organized and easy to monitor. Secondly, because all transactions use the single bank account, the owner can easily track the expenses. This makes it possible to identify where money is being spent, recognize recurring costs, and spot key cost center, all without relying on complicated accounting software. Another strength that is transparent view of available funds. By checking the account balance, the owner know how much money is left and make informed decision about daily spending. This visibility helps prevent overspending and improve basic financial control, which is useful for small businesses without formal accounting system. In conclusion, while the system is informal, it offers central financial monitoring, simplicity, and enough insight to help with to make a decision. There are also several weaknesses that risk to the business. First, the cafe struggles with recording card payment due to the lack of integration between the point of sale system and the financial records. This makes reconciliation difficult and leads to a consistency in the sales figures, which can affect the accuracy of revenue reporting. Secondly, there's a problem with tracing sales. Some sales go unreported or understated and without a proper internal controls. It can be difficult to identify where this discrepancy come from. This opens to the door to the potential fraud or mismanagement as there are no checks and balances in place. Another major issue is the absence of formal financial statement. Without a basic reports like income statement, balance sheets, or cash flow statements, the business lacks a clear understanding of its financial performance. This limits the owner's ability to plan for growth, control costs, or even apply for loans or investment. Lastly, the owner and staff lack accounting and marketing knowledge, which not only affect the quality of financial record keeping, but also weakens the cafe's ability to attract and retain customers. Financial literacy is essential for budgeting and compliance, while marketing skills are vital to increase visibility and competitive. These weaknesses suggest that the current system, while functional on a basic level, is not sustained in the long term without improvement in tools, training, and financial management practice. In conclusion, this financial recording system has the benefits of being simple, centralized, and transparent. However, it also suffers from serious flaws, including a lack of reconciliation process, poor sales tracking, missing financial reports, and limited business knowledge. For the business to grow and remain competitive, it would be wise to invest in proper accounting software, staff training, and perhaps even external professional guidance. Thank you.